All right, hey guys, what's going on? My name is Chris Hawkes, and this is your best life defined. Let's do this thing. So let me ask you right now. Get right to the point of this. What is your quest? What is your thing that drives you forward, that makes you want to wake up in the morning and do it? Right? You see, life is like a video game. We all love video games, right? I love the shoot 'em up games. I got a PS3, play all kinds of different shoot 'em up games on it. My favorite game of all time was SOCOM. With the headset, you could tell the soldier what to do. That was pretty cool. But here's the deal: what is your quest? Because that's really, when you look at life, that's what it is. It's a game where you can view it as a game where you actually try and accomplish things, and you accomplish goals, and there are obstacles and there are setbacks. Isn't that a video game? Sure it is. Sure it is. I tend to simplify things. I think my system for executing on ideas and plans and achieving goals is that I simply say, okay, this is the thing I will do now. Sort of like a robot. This is the thing I will do now. What is your quest? Okay, if you look at the American dream and the life you're probably living, you probably have the car, the house, all the stuff. You have the job, and you have the debt. You know what that's like? That's like being in a video game where you can't find the secret passage. Just walking around, no, not over here, right? But if you were to approach life from the perspective that you approach a video game, what's next? What's next? The cool part about it is you don't have to use a controller. You can just turn your head and you can scan the horizon. You can look around for opportunities. Oh, is it over there? No, that's not going to work. All right, let's try this. That's kind of an interesting analogy. I was out walking. I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. Our lives are like video games. And the people who suck at those video games never get to the next level. Okay, I mean, it's simple. Okay, in this game, you have to accomplish so many years of education if you want to be a doctor. And then there you go. You do it. You wake up every day and you pursue it, and you accomplish those tasks. And if you fail, you start over. Only it depends on what you're messing with. See, there's some choices in the real life game, the quest of life, right, is sometimes you die. That's the sucky part about it. And some of the consequences of our actions in our real life quest is that we can't come back. We don't get the reset. Okay, do over, respawn. Could you imagine how cool it would be if we all had a respawn button? That would be so awesome. I'd be like, oh damn, I gotta respawn. We're not gonna do that again. All of those people who stormed the Capitol, they would be using the shit out of their respawn button right now because, damn, could you imagine? Oh wait, I don't want to put my feet on the desk of Nancy Pelosi. That's not a good idea. Respawn. Hey honey, are we going to that rally? No, something told me I should have changed my mind. that's about all I'm going to say about that. The thing about it is that's your quest, your mission, and it's still a game of survival. It's about conquest and achievement and goals, and about the quality of life and your existence, right? Just like a video game. But few of us have time to actually look at it in that perspective. What is my goal? Okay, the goal is for me is to be, I don't know why. I've said it before. My goal is to be America's #1 podcast, or I want this thing to evolve into something way bigger than anybody who's listening now can ever imagine. And I'm thinking it's going to go that way. I think by now I've kind of worked this whole thing out. I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. And what's cool is it makes sense, right? This is my quest. My quest. The goal is to build an empire based on your knowledge and your ability to talk. And technical skills. You have to have audio skills. Oh, do you have audio skills? Oh, you go over there, get the audio skills, right? It's a quest. It's a game. You'd be like, well, what the hell what are you talking about? Why would you be trying to portray life like a game? I'm not. I realize that there's things at risk in life. What I'm trying to do is connect with you so that you can find a way to look at the things you have to do to get to the life you want as just obstacles, just things that have to be overcome. You don't get this. You don't stop to say, well, I'm tired. I don't want to do that. No, you don't stop. You say, okay, how do we do this? Let's move this rock. Just like in a video game, there's rock in front of the cave, but we got to get in the cave. Well, how do we move the cave? And then the instructions pop up on the screen. They're like, right? There you go. Only the instructions are on the internet. The instructions are on your phone. I can't believe YouTube is the craziest thing in the world. You know what? We don't even need repairmen anymore because the repairmen are telling everyone how to do it, right? Basically selling parts. Hey, yeah, Jim, I'm the repairman, but I don't repair anymore. I have a website. I sell all kinds of parts though because of my videos. not a bad hustle at all doing that. Yeah, hey, you can come here and get my parts, right? So I'd imagine that's going to happen to me. I get in this RV book. I'm starting to think about how to promote that, and I'm thinking, how can I do that? Well, I can offer other different trinkets, different things that'll actually enhance the RV experience. Maybe bear spray, maybe weather radios, things like that. Just things that can help. Mostly just advice, though. But this is my quest. Adds value to my life. My quest to stay in shape. You know how your health. A health thing in a video game where you get shot a few times and then you die. Life is like that. I don't know if you realize life is like that. You're just going along and how's your health? That's a question old people ask old people. I never get asked that. I'm a 59 walking around an RV park with people who are 65, 60, 70. No one ever asks me, hey, how's your health? I said I carry 10 pounds. I'm 10 pounds overweight, but I don't exactly look like a guy who's in bad health, right? Are you taking care of your health in your video game, in your life quest, as you continue to try and achieve goals that are beyond you, that you struggle with, that you hate, and you're like, oh, I can't figure it out. Then you get back in there and you do it again. You try a different way to do it, and pretty soon it happens. If you think about it, if you look at my entire history as a person, right? My entire history as a person has been a life quest, right? It's been, okay, we're going to have this character. He starts out, he's dumb and young, and he has a girl, and they get married, they have babies, and they struggle, and there's all these hurdles, all these obstacles along the way, and you're like, okay, we'll try this. No, that don't work. One of the funniest moments in my life, we had bought our first house. It was a shack. I had to replace the floors and the floor joists. My young wife, she was like 19, I think, at the time. She comes home from work, and I have the floorboards up, the joists are exposed, and there's dirt underneath. She did not know that dirt was under her floors. She did not realize that there was dirt under the house, right? And I'm not sure exactly what she freaked out. It was crazy. It was crazy. That was one of those funny quest moments, right? It was bring it back to you. All right, so you're on your quest. How's your game going? How you doing? Are you just circling around that big field? You can't find any access or any way out? Are you just like driving in your truck, running over trees and shit? Because you just don't have any. You're not motivated enough to go ahead and say, okay, I think we should climb that trail, right? If you're sitting there just milling, if you're sitting by the pond, not really into the game, not really doing it, this would be a perfect time to start. It'd be a perfect time. You ain't got nothing going on. Obviously, if you're sitting where you're not moving, if you're not going to school, if you're not learning something, if you're not teaching somebody something, if you're not motivated in some direction that has not been achieved yet, that you're still working towards and trying to grab a hold of, then there probably isn't any reason you couldn't start right now. Start today. Wondering, well, I can't start now, right? That's what most people say. Yeah, no, you don't want to start now. Right now, your brain is racing. Your brain is racing to fight what I'm telling you, because in the back of your mind, you're going, yes, I probably should start that. But in the front, you're going, well, you're crazy. You suck anyway. I'm not going to listen to you anymore. Click. Get on your quest. Get on your quest. Wake up every day. Be motivated. Be driven to assume responsibility for that goal. Take that action, not because you love it, not because you hate it, not because of anything except for you have defined it as a step in the process to achieve your goal. And if obstacles, if bad guys show up or things, the floor, the ground breaks away and you fall in a pit for some reason, guess what you do? You just look up and you go, okay, now we have to figure out how to get out of this pit. Just like a video game. Now here's the deal. The people who are really good at playing the game seem to excel at the game. I think Sandy and I have done a real good job at playing this game called Life Quest, right? We do a really good job. We have a heavy load of endurance. Sandy can go forever. I can go forever. We can try and grind and do it. We can focus on it. We can work through it. Got tons of endurance, right? We know how to overcome obstacles. We both have tons of skills, tons of weapons, and tons of assets to overcome whatever comes our way. And our health, damn. Energy level, your energy level. I got energy level through the roof right now. You can tell I keep showing up. And the reason that happens, the biggest way for you to add fuel to your tank, add energy and health to your life is to become active, to go after something, to define your next destination, your next goal, and to work your butt off to do whatever it takes to get there. That's the ticket right there. I'm sorry, guys, if you're rolling along with this and you're thinking, well, maybe this is an easy way to live an amazing life. There is no easy life. You know that. You're living it, right? Just because you see someone on television and they're rich, they're not necessarily living an easy life because they're completely engulfed in doing what it takes to create what they've created, right? Think about anyone who has done what they're doing, right? And have achieved greatness. Sandy was talking to me. We were talking about someone who was rich and famous. And I'm over here going, she's saying, well, why can't we do that? I said, well, we can. We can. I think it had to do with investing in properties, right? She says, why can't we do that? I said, well, we can, but we're going to have to do what it takes to get there. That means instead of us running around the country, me doing videos and staying and sleeping in RV resorts wherever we want, right? I'm going to be working on property. I'm going to be on the computer trying to find deals. I'm going to try to flip homes. I'm going to be doing all that day in and day out. That's not how I want my quest to look. I'm sorry, I did enough of that. I worked 23 and a half years in a federal prison, right? I'm good with that. I'm good with it. Time to have some fun. I'm having fun with my quest. What about you? I'm handling my business with my quest. What about you? If you're not, or even if you are, maybe you're not pushing quite hard enough. Maybe you're not being as vocal as you need to be about it. Even if it's just to yourself, that conversation about where you are now, asking yourself questions why you are where you are. Why aren't you moving forward? Why aren't you staying committed? And they define where you want to be, pick the first step it takes to get there, and take action on it. And if you fail, do it again, do it again, do it again. And eventually, guess what? It's going to come out exactly like you want, and maybe even better. So I'm not sure how else to do this. I'm doing the best I can on this. I show up every day. I hope I bring you some quality to your life. I hope your life is getting better. I tell you, prayers for everyone out there who's struggling with the COVID thing. This is a tough time for every one of us, but let's try and get through it with some kindness. We've seen some ugly stuff going on in the country. It doesn't need to be based in hate. We can love each other and still accomplish our goals. So keep that in mind. And as always, just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.